Hello, this is the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. And over here, we are we are standing together, binding together, joining together, because we know that there's strength in numbers, and we're utilizing the umbrella of getting justice for Shanquilla Robinson. That's our platform, our baseline here. And along the way, we have discovered other victims. And today, as y'all can see from the title, a few days ago, we did a live, and someone we had found out about this Carlethia Russell. And then, so we even read a little bit about it, and we were all concerned about trafficking, human trafficking. And I was all set today to do a live to talk about, the dangers of trafficking, how, tips on how to avoid it, and how to spot it and all this stuff. And then they come up with this whole thing about, the person has, just returned. They returned, and that was it. There was no nothing else after that. So I found myself just kind of thinking and wondering, like, well, what happened? Like, what happened? And is there like a thing where people do this? And I'm sure we've seen in the past where folks have back in my day. For those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old and a proud Gen Xer. And back in my day, we had this book, the story called, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I don't know if anybody familiar with that book. But anyway, basically, crying wolf means that you cry out that something's happening that really isn't happening. And then you get all the people, the boy who cried wolf. His job was to guard, to make sure that, the wolf wasn't coming to get the sheep. So he was like a little shepherd. And he was bored, and he would occasionally cry, wolf, wolf, wolf. And then the whole town would come running out there. Where the wolf at? Where the wolf at? And do all that stuff, right? And then I'll think, no wolf, right? So then the moral of the story is when a real wolf had finally showed up, nobody believed him because the boy had been crying wolf this whole time. Hence the term, the boy who cried wolf. So first I wanted to say, that trafficking is a serious something. And we were all affected by that because of the story that was told to us, about, pulling over to help a child. Pulling over to help a child was the narrative that come up with this. So first I want to start off by saying that, this is something that's happening nowadays. And what I noticed that was when people started to question this, we had people who were angry or upset with people who were questioning this. Now, for a whole 48, hey, PM channel, for a whole 48 hours, people were searching. They had the search and rescue team out looking. And how come I don't see? Here is is that being shown? All right, I have a comment here that's showing up over here, but it's not showing up there. This here is from Midwest Black Girl. Says her and her mother are lying. They need to be fully investigated. Wow. Wow. Okay, and the Hey PM channel is saying hello at All Around Natural Beauty RN in the chat. Yeah, so this is this here is, I'm going to just play one quick video, kind of sum up what's been going on for those who are unaware of what's happening. All right, so it's going to be a quick little, I need to go back here and do the first story of her being captured here. All right, so I'm going to share the screen. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. All right, let me share screen just to catch everybody up. This here, the 25-year, the similarities were so different. And, we now in this society, as far as like having, trying to find justice for women and all this stuff, this is what makes this a little bit more, just if this is what's happening here. Let's see. Oh, this ain't what I'm trying to find. Okay, anyway, so here's the story. Let me just read a little bit of it real quick. Carlee Russell, a 25-year-old woman from Alabama who went missing on Thursday, returned home Saturday night, according to local police. Russell was reported missing Thursday night after she called 911 about 9:35 p.m. to report that she saw a child walking on the side of the I-459 South in Hoover, a suburb of Birmingham. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, y'all. He said, where did that comment come from? I don't see it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Something fishy is going on. I saw that comment over in my StreamYard, but then that's why y'all see this here comment, because that's me. That's my other channel. I put that in there just to test to see if, like, why this comment didn't show up. It's showing up over here in the StreamYard, but over here on my YouTube channel, it's nowhere to be seen. So I know, I was suspicious that, there was some hanky-panky, screwy business going on here and stuff. So, like I said, I don't know. That's why I had put the comment in the chat to see if maybe something was happening where comments couldn't be seen. But then I see me here. This comment is the first one that come up in here. It came here at 8:15. So, and then I've taken away moderator, so it's no mods. So no one's able to stop comments. So this here must be from YouTube. YouTube, I'm going to blame for this here. Let's see, what is this down here? All right, so let me stop sharing this screen and pick out another video. That's a good catch to PM channel. I was concerned too. PM channel says, where did that comment come from? I don't see it. Yes. Yeah. And that's why I just put it up there to see if if it would show up here too. So that's yeah. Yeah. That's what I guess how YouTube is getting down with me on that. Okay, so yeah. And it may be because of this here title, what's going on. I had shared a video earlier today when, we found out that the the young lady just, turned up at the house and stuff, just turned up home. And let's see here. Here go one. This here, we'll do this. Let me share this one. Oh no, this ain't it. But this is something I want y'all to see too, because this is what really got me thinking about this. And y'all know I talk a lot about helping victims and all that stuff. So here, let me show this here. And this is, I'm sure, is what not only I, but a few people thought what was taking place here. All right, so all right, this is gonna play again. Yeah. So thank y'all so much. Please hit the like button on your way up in here.
Sold 5 to 10 times in one day.
The survivor in this case, a 17-year-old girl found 792 miles away from her home in a motel room in College Park. As soon as she was rescued, this unit got to work trying to track down every man who victimized this teenager.
Wow. We identified Stephen Stone as the person who was selling her.
A 17-year-old labeled as a runaway from Missouri, sold for sex to these men over the course of several weeks. And these predators are just the ones who got caught.
Many more. We often see on these cases that a child is sold 5 to 10 times in one day.
The survivor in the
All right, so this is the kind of stuff that when we think about somebody getting taken or, captured or something like that, is to be trafficked for, sexual reasons and stuff. So that was something that kind of drew my attention here because, you think about how vulnerable you are by, being out in the public, as a woman, and how, here's what I wanted. This is the one. All right, so here we go. This here is the kind of like the opening video of the situation that was happening. So apparently this 25-year-old, I'm gonna let this dude tell it. Let this guy tell it here. This is Hoover Police.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for helping us get the story out today. I want to relay some of the facts as we know them so far and a few additional details that we've been able to uncover in this case. On July the 13th, at approximately 9:34 p.m., the Hoover 911 Center received a call from a 25-year-old female on I-459 southbound near mile marker 11. She reported that she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. After calling 911, the caller stopped to check on the child and also called a family member to report the same details. The family member lost contact with the caller, but the line remained open. Police officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle as well as some of her belongings at the scene.
Okay. Now listen to what he's saying because I'm going to play it again. But while he's playing this or while he's saying it, I'm going to play the video of the cameras that caught the footage on the freeway. And then first he said, the significant thing is that he said it was like 9 something. And these Alabama freeways are dark, right? They're super dark freeways. So I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to play the video while he's talking so we can actually see the car driving and all that stuff. And then we could put the 2 and 2 together because y'all know over here we talk all about math and science. So we're going to see if the things add up to what this officer is saying, the law enforcement personnel here is saying, and what we're going to see on video.
They were unable to find her or a child in the area. The Hoover police have not received any additional calls of someone missing a small child. Detectives are currently investigating.
He said Hoover police didn't receive no other phone calls about a toddler. They ain't seen no more calls. No, I mean they didn't get no more calls on that.
Getting these incidents and are requesting the public's assistance to help locate Carlee Nicole Russell. She's described as a 25-year-old black female who is 5'4", 150 to 160 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike tennis shoes.
All right, so that's what we was hearing on yesterday. Let me see, because I want to do it again, but this time we're going to hear him say the stuff, but we're going to be watching this here video. All right, so, hold up, y'all. Sorry, I had practiced this earlier. All right, so let me go. Where is that? Here, no. Here. All right, so let me go pull it all the way back.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for helping us get the story out today.
Can I do it from there? All right, so yeah, okay, here we go.
I want to relay some of the facts as we know them.
All right, that's right here. Y'all see it? All right, now look, this is an enhanced. Uh-oh. Can I pause it? There it is. All right, so this is an enhanced version of, because this here, Alabama, see how thick these trees, this is the woods, right? This is where I'm at, y'all, right? I take this freeway, anyway, so it's the woods. This is super dark. This is an enhanced traffic camera video footage, so it's showing it lit up so you can see. But if you look over here, you clearly can see that this is the woods, right? Because Alabama, it's woodsy out here. It's thick trees, real thick, right? So where would a baby or toddler, be hanging out? And then people on this road here are driving 70 miles an hour, 65, 70, 80 miles an hour here. So, all right. So we see, look here, we watching this here, and let me let the guy keep on talking. Police officers en route. All right. So look, she's just pulling over. Pulling over right there. Uh-oh. Pulling over right there. Pulling over right there. And like I don't see no car. I mean no kid. And two, if there was a kid, why didn't any of these people stop? Look at all these people. And then two, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's too dark. And even if some kid was over there, people hit deer and stuff on these roads all the time. Oftentimes, it's extremely difficult to see anything, let alone a 4-year-old walking, right? So a 4-year-old getting into this area, how would a 4-year-old even make it to this highway like that, right? Okay, anyway, all right, that's right. All right, this is keep on going here, right? So we see cars are still driving. Nobody else is stopping. And I don't see no car. So let's keep on hearing what dude is saying. All right, still no. Don't see nobody hopping out. Nobody's coming to get her. I don't even see anything really. I just, traffic is, not a lot. A single witness. Okay, that's the clue word. That's a clue word right there. A single witness. A single witness with all these cars, but it's only a single witness. Oh yeah. Wow. 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 So now people offering money. That's 25 G's. And people still just driving on by. All right, so now she called 911, right? Why are we waiting for the police to get here? Where's the baby at? And then all these people. There hasn't been a moment where it's been okay, like here's a little space where it's not some traffic. But look, within seconds, here are more cars. More cars. Look at this close. Look how close everything is. It's 3 lanes. 3 little bit lanes. 3 little lanes. So how is it one witness that saw a silver vehicle, which, you know, this been going on now for 3 minutes and 42 seconds, this here video, and, you know, I haven't seen nothing up on there yet. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't. So anyway, that's the enhanced video there, and it just shows, you know, I watched all 4 minutes of it, and just shows the whole, you know, it's gonna stop. Let me let y'all see too when the police pull up. Not that anything's happening, but I mean, this from this part now until the cops show up, which should be any moment now. You know, unless I missed it, did anybody see something on there? Somebody see anything? I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Honestly, I didn't see nothing. Honestly, I didn't see nothing. And let me see, I'm waiting for here come the police. Yeah, there they go, the police. There go the police. All right, so that's it for that. That's it for that. What is that there? So that's that, right? So she's found, and all of a sudden, let me show some more stuff here. She's found, I mean, not even found, she just appears at home. There's 2 different versions of how this happened. One version, you see here. One version, she comes to, she's found at the Red Rooster, some kind of Red Rooster Inn, a little motel. So just kind of like what we had saw in that little short there. And then, this is one here. Okay, here. All right, so here's a story I want to share with y'all. Got a video footage. And keep in mind these key words, these words that's going to be giving away. Yeah. Giving away some clues here. All right. So this was from yesterday, last night. So this must have been when she got home. Apparently she came home around 10:45 p.m. It says Carlee Russell, missing just over 48 hours, returned home safely Saturday night. Hoover 911 was called at approximately 10:45 p.m. after the 25-year-old nursing student returned to the Hoover home she shares with her parents. Hoover Police Chief Nick Dearest said Russell showed up at her parents' house alone. She was taken by paramedics to hospital for evaluation. All right, so here goes some pictures of volunteers gathering at the Hoover meet spot, you know, in search. Right, then says where Russell has been for the last 2 days was not immediately clear. Additionally, information will be provided when it becomes available. A police statement read, friends and family members remained outside the UAB emergency room early until Sunday morning. Police and the family members previously said Russell was on her way home from work Thursday night and picking up dinner at Colonnade when she spotted a young child on the interstate. Wow. These kids on the interstate. All right. Russell said she was stopping to see if she could help. Russell also reportedly called 911. Russell was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend when the girlfriend reported hearing Russell scream. Next, the girlfriend only heard the noise of interstate traffic. All right, now I just showed y'all the video of, you know, pulling over on the side of the freeway and, you know, just cars driving by, right? Cars driving by with no commotion, no, you know, no screeching off, no nothing, right? No nothing. Because I know when I originally heard the story, I was thinking like, oh, this was a setup. And I was like fearful of what would I do if I saw, some kid. I didn't know it was a freeway at the time. I thought it was like on the street or in a parking lot, someplace, right? I didn't think, I didn't imagine that, that this was going to be the footage that they was going to show us, right? So Russell, okay, so if she calls 911, then she gets off the phone with 911 and makes a call to a boyfriend's girlfriend, right? And to what I was curious about, or, was that in the news footage, like I've got a few of them, the information was secondhand. Like the mother reported I'm going to play that interview too, is in one of these little ones, what the girlfriend said, right? Most of the time, like if you're on with 911, they usually have you stay on the line until help arrives, right? Especially when it has something to do with a kid. So I was just curious, and especially if it's something, you think a kid need rescue, why would you exit the phone from 911 and then make a call to a brother's girlfriend? And then, last they hear is you screaming and, that, right? It just seems a little fishy that you would get off of the phone with 911 when you are driving up to an emergency situation. Or why didn't you flag? I mean, this here, Alabama, first of all, it don't take much to get people to pull over to help you. This here is the South, and people see you stranded with a flat tire or something, like people are pulling over to help you, right? People are pulling over to help you. So I don't see how she would have been the only one to, pull over the baby on the freeway. The baby on the freeway, right? So, okay. And then I'm calling 911 for this emergency, and then I'm going to get off, and then I'm going to call someone else, right? Okay, so, all right, so. All right, early Saturday morning, the police was dispatched. Okay, Red Roof Inn. All right, so here go another story here. It says early Saturday evening, police were dispatched to the Red Roof Inn on Montgomery Highway in Vestiva Hills. All right, so I guess that's it on that. All right. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming up in here. Let's see here. Diane said, GRN and good evening. Good evening, RN and beauties. Yep. All right. I'm getting it. I am getting it. All right. So here we go. All right. So. All right. So this is the one I want. All right. Here we go. This is the last one here. Then not the last one, but then I'm gonna be tying things in. So y'all work with me here because like I said, there's some dots to be connected. Some dots to be. Is this right there? Oh, ain't nothing to share. All right, some dots to be connected. All right, so this here is this is recent news. This is recent news from 6 hours ago, right? So it says the parents of 25-year-old Carlee Russell issued a lengthy statement on Sunday that shed no light about what happened to her between her 9/11 call on Alabama Highway Thursday night and her sudden return home 2 days later. Okay, so I'm gonna pause there, and then we're gonna go watch one of these here news stories of a mama and them. Where is that? Oh, I think it was on that. Yeah. All right, so, All right, so here, this was that. They didn't shed no light, no information, all right? So, here's I'm going to play this here video.
Alabama, where 25-year-old, want to get now to Alabama, where 25-year-old Carlee Nicole Russell has been found alive and safe after going missing on Thursday. That's according to police in Hoover, Alabama. I want to get right to NBC's Priscilla Thompson, who's on this for us. Priscilla, there's a lot of mystery here. If you could kind of unpack what we know, what happened to this young woman, and then also the mystery surrounding the toddler she claimed.
She claimed. Hear that? This news lady. I'm going to pull it back again. Watch her facial expression and listen to her tone.
Want to get now to Alabama, where 25-year-old Carlee Nicole Russell has been found alive and safe after going missing on Thursday. That's according to police in Hoover, Alabama. Want to get right to NBC's Priscilla Thompson, who's on this for us. Priscilla, there's a lot of mystery here. If you could kind of unpack what we know, what happened to this.
She sounds like that prosecutor. Or there's absolutely no way. What we know.
This young woman. And then also the mystery surrounding the toddler she claimed that she saw when she went missing.
Claimed she saw.
Yeah, Yasmin, a lot of mystery here. Police actually just released an updated statement a few minutes ago, so I'll try to tick through this. They say that late last night at around 10:45 local time, Carlee Russell returned home, and that was when they got a 911 call from the residents saying that she had returned home on foot. At that point, police dispatched medics to go to the house. They checked her out, and they ultimately transported her to a hospital for evaluation. And the hospital tells us that she was released this morning. So at this point,
So it wasn't anything worth being kept into the hospital for. So she went to the hospital, just to document that she went to the hospital, but there was nothing there to keep her in the hospital for. Not even a psych eval. She was released. So that means they found nothing.
Should be with her family, sort of continuing that recovery. But there are still a lot of questions after more than 2 days of people searching in this wooded area off of the interstate, going to gas stations, rest stops, hotels, searching, putting up flyers, trying to find her. And of course, all of this started Thursday night. Carlee was on her way home from work when she called 911 saying that she saw a toddler on Interstate 495. She pulled over. At that point, we know from the police and also the family that she was on the phone with a family member. That family member describes hearing her ask the child if they were okay, and then hearing her scream, hearing some shuffling, and then after that, just hearing traffic noise.
Now, all of that, wouldn't we have seen something in the video? Screams, shuffling. And how come we didn't hear the brother's girlfriend say this out of her mouth?
And we talked to Carlee's mother and father about this yesterday when she was still missing, just those agonizing hours and days of waiting for an answer. And I want to play a little bit of what they had to say and how they described this situation.
No matter how positive you try to stay, it's just so many thoughts of how terrified she may be. But she is a fighter. She is a fighter. And we believe that if there is any opportunity for her to make it home to us, she's going to seize that opportunity.
And so they are certainly breathing a sigh of relief, grateful to have their youngest child back home. But as you mentioned, there are still a lot of questions, specifically about that toddler that she reported seeing on the interstate. Police said that they have not received any other calls from anyone else about a missing child. No one else reporting seeing a child on the interstate. And a few other things that I want to point out from this release they sent out. One, police saying during the initial portion of the investigation, detectives were able to retrace nearly all of Carlee's steps until the point when she went missing, and are confident that that will continue to be the case. So they appear to have a pretty clear timeline of where she was and what happened up until that point. And they also emphasize we have not been able to locate anyone with Carlee from the time she left work until the 911 call was made. So appearing that she was alone. They are not saying if they are looking for a suspect, if they are still looking for leads, and exactly where this investigation goes from here. So still a lot of questions right now, but of course, a family and a community grateful that she is safe and alive and back surrounded by people who love her. Yasmin?
All right, so that was it on that. But I want to show y'all the rest of the story. All right, so this is what the parents said. Great morning, Talithia Russell, Carlee's mother said in a Facebook post Sunday, adding, "Our baby is safe. Thank you, Father God," promising a general statement in the near future. You mean to tell me that we all been up all weekend looking through the bushes in the woods, all that stuff, nonstop, and you're going to give us a statement in the near future? Talithia Russell provided not details about the condition of her daughter, who was taken to the hospital Saturday night after showing up to her family's Hoover home. Just as we made a commitment to not entertain negative thoughts during the time our daughter was missing, we surely will not entertain negative thoughts, statements, unvalidated opinions, or sheer ignorance at such a joyous time, the family statement said. Now, why is this sounds so defensive? Like, what are you defending here? What negative statements? Why is it negative that we are asking for some type of something? We've been up all weekend. People volunteered to look through those woods. And you don't tell us nothing? You just pop up, you just show back up? Police have also provided no updates about what happened to Carlee or her current condition. So this is the state here, the Facebook statement that mama made. It says the young woman was driving home from, okay, we already went through that. All right, so before I get off into, the mindset of this whole thing, I think I'm going to do one more video here. I'm trying to find the one when, when she was still. Okay, yeah, we just do this one.
To report that she was going to stop after she saw that child. Now, before she stopped, she was telling her sister-in-law that she saw the kid and she pulled
Wow,
over.
the reward is up to $55,000. Remember the first one, they said 20,000 and then 5,000 from the tipper squad. So now look there. Somebody else then gave 30,000. Another 30,000 has been added. Let's see here. All right.
Out of the car, and suddenly her sister-in-law said that she heard her scream, and then there was silence. Carlee hasn't been seen or heard from since then. That again, that was Thursday night, and police say one witness said that they saw.
All right, now this one's not in hands. Look how dark it is, y'all. Look at how dark this is. I'm telling you, I know about these Alabama freeways. It's dark. How are you able to see any of this? And I'm telling you, these Bama people be driving like, this here lets you drive, it says 70 miles. So imagine most people are going to be doing a little faster than that. So at minimum, these people are swooping around here at 70 miles an hour. Look how pitch black it is over here. See that? It's dark. This ain't like the city where you got all these city lights and stuff like that. Street lights. It's the only way I'm sorry. Okay, but it's dark is what I'm trying to say. So if you driving 65, 70 miles an hour, how are you going to see a child off in this darkness? Look how dark it is over here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this.
Someone in a gray vehicle, a man near that area.
Okay, now look, she's slowing down right here. Look how dark it is. What are you slowing down for? Right? And if you saw the child here, look how where she stops at, right? So if I see a kid here and I'm stopping for help, why I'm stopping way up here? Look how far, look.
We're still working to get details on that. But what you're looking at right now is video of what we believe or could be Carlee's car the night of all of this happening on I-459 and mile marker 11. The car you see at the distance with the flashers on, we believe that to be her car. And the police here pulling up a few minutes later on the scene.
But she started with hazards, incredible
lights here. Just story, just knowing that this young lady is alive at this time. And this is the video that WBRC obtained from traffic cameras the night that Carlee Russell was said to have disappeared off of I-459 at mile marker 11.
Look at that long walk back she would have had to come to help the toddler out. Right? Do y'all see this? This is what I'm talking about. This don't add up. Start off the drive here, and you're going down here.
Again, tonight, the community elated. This was earlier today as search crews came together at the Hoover Met to look for her. Her mother and father telling WBRC that they were overwhelmed with the outpouring of support that they have received from their family, friends, and even strangers. Her mother telling us people were just coming up to her, hugging her to let her know that they could not sit at home while her baby was missing, and they were going to help her in any way that they could. You can see Anaya Blanchard's mother.
Y'all see that?
There on top of that truck. She joined in on the search to help with all of this. She said she was angry about the alert system in our state because it is pretty much non-existent for people like Carlee Russell who go missing, adults. And she tonight confirming to us before we got all of the updates from police that Carlee had been found and returned home, and now she is at UAB Hospital being cared for and evaluated. This is incredible. Take a look at this video here earlier from some of the neighborhoods that our house. This is the house of the neighborhood where Carlee returned home. Minutes after she was found, after she returned there, you can see the police lights in the distance. Hoover police confirming to WBRC they received a phone call around 10:45 that she had returned home. Fire department.
And Hoover is a very affluent area. It's a nice neighborhood.
Look her over, see how she was doing. They took her to UAB Hospital where she is being evaluated right now. Taylor Pollock is there at the scene.
So y'all think she could just be a spoiled kid that's just looking for attention?
We have our crews there speaking with family. Taylor Pollock saying that she spoke to a friend who just says she's happy to have her home. And
why are they mute all of a sudden? Why are they mute? All right, so let me see here. I might do this one here. I showed y'all that enhancement, but I just want to say too, because I had to do a little bit of research and I come up with that term pseudocide, right? Pseudocide, when somebody fakes their own disappearance or death. And, what are some signs? Let's see. Ross said, hey, Irene and everyone. JP6, what's up, JP6? JP6 says, what's up, everybody, Irene? What's going on? Ain't nothing much going on here. We just seeing how, I don't know, maybe people are trying to, I don't know what this is about, but this just looks super suspicious to me. So I did do some research to show that, not that this is common, but this is something that people do to get attention. Let's see. Raw says, could she have been assaulted, but nothing life-threatening? I just don't see where, because, okay, let me just put this one back on real quick. Just because, okay, so this here, I'm just going to let it play. It's not going to have any sound to it. Wait, where my thing at? All right. So here is Uh-oh. Wait. Here is the video. I'm just gonna let this play and I can talk over it. Okay, so let me just go here. All right, so here, this is her supposedly, right? So if this is enhanced, so it's has lit up this area over here. So this is where she supposedly sees the kid, right? So she's got her blinkers on, right? So look here, this area is well lit. I see no kids, all right? Now, if she saw the kid here, look how far she goes up before she comes to a stop. All right, so if the kid is here, okay, we didn't pass the kid. All right, kid's way back here. Kid trying to catch up. Wait, lady. Wait, lady. wait, lady. Hey, woohoo, lady. I'm over here. Woohoo, woohoo. She's still driving. Woohoo, woohoo. Hey, this way. Wait. Hey. What about there? Hey, woohoo. Oh, okay. Now, look how far that is. That's a good little walk there, right? So, Ross says, could she have been assaulted, but nothing life-threatening? Okay, we keep an eye on it. Y'all keep watching. I'll talk. But so far, do anybody see anything? I don't see nothing. All right, I don't see nothing. All right, so here where she initially saw something, but nothing happened. She go drive way up here, and cars are still just driving. Cars are driving by. No one else is stopping. No one else saw, the kid, or you see her walking back here to, make contact with the kid, looking for the kid, searching for the kid, nothing here happening here with the kid. So, no, I don't think she could have had any life assaulted, but nothing life threatening. I hear what you mean as far as not why they didn't keep her in the hospital. Why they didn't keep her in the hospital. So if that's the case, then why now secrecy? Why the family want everybody to be quiet and give them respect and don't say nothing? If something happened to her, if there was something that they could say was, something happened, y'all done had, the whole city looking for her all over the weekend. $55,000 has been put out there, and you don't think we deserve an explanation of something? Something? Really? Something. That's why I'm saying something's up. What's up, 80s baby? 80s baby is saluting the people in the hizzy. We got more salutes up in there. LT Jones in the house says, hello all around Attributian chat. I did not see a child or a car. We saw the video until the cops pulled up. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why I put it over here now, just so it's not like I'm just making up stuff, but so this is why people are saying, hey, what's up with this? Explain this. Y'all got some explaining to do, because look here, not only do we not see a child in this, enhanced traffic camera version, but I don't even see, I didn't look the whole time at this little flashing light, but, even anybody to get out of the car or nothing like that. So I don't know, it's still going. I'm just talking, but yeah, so nothing here. And yeah, nothing here. Nothing here. Hey, what's up, Deborah? Deborah says, allegedly she went to get an abortion. She had her phone all along. Listen to the police report. And that's why they need to stop with this, trying to make this illegal, because if this is true, then people going through all these great measures to be able to, get an abortion. Don't make no sense. What's up, Alicia Renee? Alicia Renee said, did they do a psych screening? She needs it. Exactly. Obviously not, because they would have at least have to put a 72-hour hold on her. And that's why I'm saying, so look here, now the police showing up. All right, so that's why I just played that there, just to show y'all that there was no action. And look how fast. So the police got there within minutes, right? Because this video was only 4 minutes and some seconds, 4 minutes and some seconds. So that means from the time we saw her so slow roll up to the spot, then the police got there, you know, almost immediately, you know, 4 minutes or so. That's pretty fast. So, yeah. Well, if they did do the screen, of course they had to do the screening, because that's part of the initial screening for all incoming patients and stuff. You do a psych eval. So obviously she passed, or otherwise they would have had her on a hold. She passed the psych eval. LT Jones says, why can't we get a description of the person who abducted her? He's dangerous. Nobody is looking for the child. Exactly. And then the police just said they didn't get no other calls. She was the only person who reported the seeing a child. And obviously the only person who actually saw the child, because we see the video, nobody saw the child. Nobody saw the child. And the thing that gets me is the report from the parents. All of a sudden, they want privacy and they want people to not say anything about it. Why? Why is that? Why is that? All right. So that's why we're going to be delving into this whole thing tonight, you know. So pseudocide, also known as faking one's own death or staging one's own disappearance, is an act of making it appear as though one has died or gone missing when this is not the case. This is typically done in order to evade some aspect of one's current life, such as financial obligations, legal troubles, or personal relationships, or being pregnant, like somebody who said that. Having an abortion. Where I saw that at? Oh yeah. Right? This would be a good reason to want to fake like you know, somebody came and got you. Right? That might be good reason enough. Yeah, but I feel you, LT. Yeah, why didn't, you know, yeah, we need to know something. Who took you, right? We don't get no kind of details, no kind of nothing. They just telling us to just chill out and be quiet. While pseudocide might seem like an extreme solution to life's problem, it's important to understand that it's often illegal and can result in serious consequences. In addition to legal penalties, faking one's own death can cause significant emotional distress, or faking one's death or disappearance can cause significant emotional distress to loved ones and community members, and waste valuable law enforcement resources. It's also worth noting that pseudocide is relatively rare and is often difficult to pull off successfully in an age of digital in an age of digital records and advanced forensics. So we saw how easy it was to pull up that cam that, you know, the whole world is being videoed, y'all. They got these satellites up there. They can, when you give your location, they can zero in and put those cameras, pull it up. So y'all need to stop lying. Stop lying, because the cameras are watching. The cameras are all over the place. All right. If you or someone you know is considering such a drastic step, it's important to seek professional help to address the underlying issue at hand. Let's see. Kimberly Sleet says, I wonder if this is crisis acting. Yeah, because I saw the footage. Where's the child? Yeah. So yeah, so I was curious. I wanted to know, like, why do people fake a disappearance? Just people might fake their disappearance or death for various reasons. Although it's important to note that such cases are relatively rare and often considered illegal. Here are a few reasons someone might attempt to stage their own disappearance or death, commonly referred to as pseudocide. Number one, escape from legal problems. If someone is facing serious legal trouble, such as criminal charges or lawsuits, they might consider disappearing to avoid prosecution or penalties. Number two, financial escape. Individuals with significant debt or financial obligations might seek faking their own deaths or disappearance as a way out. Like some of y'all thought those people on those billionaires on the submarine was faking this whole thing as a way out, right? So, here we go. By disappearing, they hope to evade creditors or insurance agencies. In some cases, they may even attempt to defraud insurance companies with false death claims. Number three, personal issues. This can range from an abusive relationship that a person wants to escape from, a desire to abandon family responsibilities, or just an urge to start over with a completely new life. Number four, attention and manipulation. In some cases, individuals might fake their own disappearance as a way to gain attention or manipulate others. They might want to see how people will react, seek sympathy, or even frame someone else for their disappearance. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. And number five, mental health issues. Certain mental health issues, conditions, or state of emotional distress might lead someone to stage their own disappearance or death as a cry for help or as a way to escape their current state of mind. It's crucial to remember that pseudocide is illegal in many jurisdictions, particularly when it involves fraudulent activities such as making false insurance claims or wasting police time. It's also highly distressing for the missing person's friends and family and can have severe psychological impacts on them. Anyone feeling the need to escape their life in such a drastic way should seek help from trusted friends, families, or professionals. Right? And so this information you can find in let's see, like human trainers data, Psychology Today, let's see some more sources, National Institute of Mental Health, or some other ways that we can see that kind of stuff there. See what y'all talking about here. PM Channel says the mute part is telling, trying to get the story together if this was not a kidnapping. Exactly. The same thing they were doing with the Shanquilla thing, coming up with new details after the fact. The truth don't need no time. The truth don't need time. What the hell y'all need time for? The truth don't need time. The truth just is. That's your clue right there. Because they didn't mind giving interviews and stuff when she was missing, so-called. Right? Now, all of a sudden, you just leaving statements and with no type of nothing. She's back, thanks. What about all the people that volunteered to go inch by inch through the woods? To go combing through the woods? Hey, Deborah. Deborah says, Carlee did have her phone. Go back and listen. Police report. Okay, I thought the police said that they found her her phone and wig was found at the scene. All right, let's see here. Are we gonna finish it?
Partners in this investigation And we're very grateful for the outpouring of support from our local community as well as the law enforcement community. We will continue to provide periodic updates as we have them, and we'll utilize our Twitter account at Hoover PD to release any pertinent information to the public. We would also ask the community to keep the Russell family in your thoughts and prayers during this very difficult time.
Yeah, people.
This time I'll take a few questions.
Do you believe that she was taken by someone perhaps when she pulled her car off?
We currently are investigating every possibility in this case. We're certainly leaving nothing off the table.
Was her car door left open?
I don't know the answer to that.
And is there any mentality that this child might have been bait, or if there ever was a child? You said there's no missing persons cases for children.
Again, with all of those details, we're leaving nothing off the table and no stone unturned in investigating some of these facts.
Are y'all getting a great deal of tips? There's a great deal of public awareness. I know folks are handing out flyers. Are you hearing from the public on this?
Yes, we are. We've received a lot of tips, and as each of them comes in, we're assigning investigators to investigate those and see where that information leads.
You may have said this already, but what are any other agencies assisting you? If so, what are they?
Yes, we've partnered with numerous local agencies, too many to name, as well as federal and state partners. Pretty much everybody that we have a great relationship with and law enforcement is involved in this investigation.
Have you had any sightings of Carlee Russell?
We don't know. Again, when we get a tip, we investigate that and follow up to the best of our ability.
And I know that families organize their own search. Are the police doing any organized searches?
Yes, we have a myriad of resources. Everything we have at the Hoover Police Department, in addition to those partners, is involved in this investigation right now. As you said, the family is doing some searches as well, and we're maintaining very close contact with them in that process.
Do we know if Carlee had hung up, or did the dispatcher hang up when you guys had got that initial call?
Carlee was actually on the phone with a family member when the call was terminated. However, the phone line remained open, and we.
No, she talking about the dispatcher.
She had called 911, correct?
Yes.
So, how did that 911 call in?
Thank you.
I'm not sure.
Aha. The question was, how did the 911 call in? Because remember earlier, even I said that. I was like, most of the time, if you on the phone with 911, they usually keep you there until help arrives. So why would you hang up with 911 to call a family member if you felt worried enough to call 911? You would be on there still hanging with them because you worried. I don't see getting off the phone with help to call your brother's girlfriend. What was that going to do? Maybe provide an alibi? Maybe, you know what I mean? This is part of the story setup. It doesn't make sense that you would get off the phone with 911 that you've called for an emergency to now call your brother's girlfriend, unless you needed her to say, I heard her scream and talk to a baby. And, unless you needed somebody, this was part of the alibi. It was part of the story.
I don't have that at this time to provide to you.
Family members said that they heard her scream before the line was left open. Have you guys heard that in your investigation so far?
The family has relayed everything that they are aware of to us. And again, we're following up with any information that we're provided.
The family asked if it was possible to put out an Ashanti alert, I believe. Is that something that could have been done when you guys got the notification that she went missing?
So alerts of that nature are handled by Aaliyah, and we've provided all the facts of the case as we currently know them to them for them to review the case. And if they deem that to be appropriate, they will issue an alert.
Can you tell us who people should contact over the weekend as the search kind of continues?
Yes, I'll repeat the same numbers. The two gentlemen to my right are Detective Brad Fountain and Sergeant Drew Mims. They're with our Crimes Against Persons Unit. Detective Fountain's number is 205-444-7562. Sergeant Mims is 205-739-7274. And again, Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama is 205-254-7777. And you can call any of those numbers. They have people that either get messages or can return calls very quickly.
When police arrived at the scene on Thursday night, was her car running and was her phone located there at that location?
Okay.
We did locate her cell phone at the scene.
Y'all hear that? Who was that said the phone? No, who was that said? Was that you? Let's see. Deborah said Carlee did have her phone. Go back and listen to the police report. Okay, he just said the phone was at the scene. Pull it back just a little bit. And this here for you, Deborah. Listen.
Was her phone located there at that location?
We did locate her cell phone at the scene. We're currently analyzing that phone to see if there's any information on there that could help us. As far as the condition of the vehicle, I'm not aware.
Have you ever had a stranger abduction in Israel?
I would have to check our records for that.
How common are they?
Again, each case is unique, and this case is certainly a unique instance in our city, and we're doing everything we can to solve it.
Is there a staging area that you guys would be staging for searching or anything like that?
The police department is handling all of our resources internally, and if we need additional resources, we'll reach out to our partner agencies.
Does the missing woman have any mental illness history or any physical conditions that people should be aware about?
I can't speak to that right now.
Last question.
Somebody asked if the missing woman had any mental illness. Anything that we need to be aware of. He said he can't speak to that. But it's almost like they kind of like, I don't know. Let me see.
Interstate cameras matches some of the descriptions of a car. Is that matched in the area down below?
We're currently reviewing any resources like that we have available to determine if there's any usable evidence from that.
All right, so that.
Good afternoon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was it for that. But, all right, so, you know, just like we just saw that video, y'all don't think that the police saw that video too? And that's why they're kind of like, now that it's all, you know, been found. Let's see. Nikki, fabulous. What's going on, Nikki? Nikki says she never walked back to where this mystery kid was. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I put that video up again so y'all could see. Not only did she pass them, right? Okay, you know how, I don't know if you've been like walking and someone's coming to pick you up, right? And they kind of pull over and you kind of walk up to catch them. Usually when people pull over to pick you up, they kind of pull right next to you. Close to you. They don't pull up a half a mile, especially what she, you know, she started, you know, the driving did not indicate that she saw something that she was pulling over for because she kept advancing the vehicle forward. Kimberly Sleet says, why didn't the mother give a public statement? Why? Did she just speak on Facebook for like and shares? Yeah, exactly. And they didn't mind speaking to the news and stuff before. Probably when they recognized that this went too far, you know, and it was so bogus. Let me see here. JP6 says, this story is very hinky. Maybe it could be more to the story. Yeah, definitely that. Kimberly says, basically, the facts don't seem to be adding up. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Yes, and that's all I'm saying, too. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just saying that this doesn't add up. We see the video of the person who claimed they saw a toddler in the dark.